insisted upon and we're prepared to pay for. Were we comfortable with that? Could we have stayed just a two-person, four-person shop? That's a matter of personal choice. We've chosen this way. But if a two-person shop does not need a lot of sophisticated management gear, we don't need all of this other stuff which the big shops might need. So it's easy to get in. It's easy to start your own business. You don't need to have a sophisticated project management system. In fact, you don't even need to have an office because this was our very first office here. This is an apartment. We could not afford an office, so we went and got ourselves an apartment. And this is the laundry room, and there's a pass-through to a kitchen, and we were up and running. We moved our equipment in, computers, and so on. So, ready to rock and roll. This is where my desk was going to be. I sat down and started journaling about the journey I was underway on. A month later, there I am. Got my keyboard, a book on project management, my screen. There's the credit card machine, which we added, a scanner, telephone, fax machine you can't see. Life is good. We're in business. My thing now is get some clients. I used this slide, which fortuitously I found while making this presentation. This is June 28th, 2006. Today is June 28th, 2009. Exactly 3 years ago, and we're underway. Whiteboards as always, a couple of diplomas here and there. Reminding myself that we're busy even though we're working out of an apartment. So guns up, gotta get going. Gotta race forward. Here's a slide I thought I'd put out with DrupalCon coming up in Paris in September. This is the TGV moving at 165, 170 miles an hour past another one. Velocity. We take off, the client gives us money, we start to move. That's what we had to do. They give us money, and the client is saying, that's my money. What are you doing with it? You're burning my money. So we have two things going on. We are moving forward at a high velocity. We're burning the client's money. This is the whiteboard. Exactly 3 years ago also. Here are different projects. This is April, I believe this is May, and this is June. And each of these colors represent a client. And blue represents $3,000. Here on the 10th, we're going to get $3,000 from MSJD. And then a week later, we're going to get $2,750 from them. And LLC, well, they're going to pay us $4,000 for some time here. And we're just putting it out on this whiteboard. No fancy system, just the two of us working. We know we're going to work 119 hours this month, 112 hours the next month, 53 hours the third month. Here's our income coming in. It's pretty much what we see today. We look 90 days out. Our clients, we don't know who's our client 90 days out. They don't know they're going to be our client 90 days out. So we're constantly filling current month, next month, and this begins to drop off. And it's been that way for 3 years. But we're loving it. This is the office. It's 20 minutes to midnight. By this time, we've put up a partition because it's too easy for us to talk to each other. But that's our project management. Hey, Laura, what are you doing on this? Oh, we're working on this. Oh, when you're done with that, let's talk about it. So I'm sitting over here, she's sitting over there, printer over here, she's working on something, I'm working on something. So you get up at 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning, you have your coffee, and where are you going to sit? There's no place to sit in this place, so you sit at your desk. Well, there's your computer, so you're online. And you work and work and work, and it's time to go home. Well, you are home. There's nowhere else to go. So you sit there and some more. And our client in Australia used to say to us, he says, don't you ever sleep? And we said, sleep is for losers. So, but that was it. That was 6 days a week from 5 to 11 at night, and sometimes get out for some other project. But this was the sweat equity. We heard Jono say yesterday in his talk that when you start, you don't want to get a whole lot of outside money. Start with what you have. Start with what you have in the bank. Well, this is how we started. This is sweat equity. This is what sweat equity looks like. And I'll show you another ugly face of sweat equity. Looking from the other side. Filing cabinets, there I am. I've got a monitor set up so I can watch some television. There's Laura's side of the house. I mean, that's it. So from this, we began to refine our approach and started to address client needs. There's two things a client has: musts and wants. What do we mean by musts and wants? Well, the big rocks, the got-to-have-its. Every client has some of these. I've got to have this in my website. I've got to have this, and I'll be happy. Those are the big rocks. The small rocks. Well, it'd be nice if we had time and budget to do these other few things. Those are the small rocks. So how do you put it all together? We got this jar with big rocks. You can see from the two ways of loading the jar: big rocks, small rocks, and sand. Here, we can get it all in the jar. Because we do the big rocks, we fill it in with the small rocks, and fill in with sand. We just start with the small stuff and throw in some medium stuff and leave the big stuff for last. We're not going to get it all done. The question is, uncovering the big rocks. She's smiling, but what's she smiling about? Our client comes, they're all friendly, they're ready to do business with us. We want you to build a website. Okay, what do you want? Well, getting the information out is sometimes a bit tough. We have methods.
Client's favorite.
Sometimes they work, though usually not. Then there's the requirements document. This is what we get, is this nice requirements document. And the biggest one was, I think, 350 pages long, dense type. We didn't have the time or money to read the thing, let alone respond. The client became very agitated, very angry. Well, Wallabat said that you were available, and we're sorry, but we didn't have time to read it. But we get this. What do? We just read through it. But sometimes we don't get a requirements document. Sometimes we get somebody who talks it through, kind of has these ideas, and I just love the hand gestures. Hard to pin down. So what do? We read their minds. But those are the easy ones. They're coming to us with new stuff. We talk to them, but then we get interesting ones. And all of you here who are doing Drupal for large or small clients have all probably heard about this one. It's almost done. I've got this thing put together. I just don't have the time to finish it off. Could you please finish the website? It's done in Drupal, almost done. And here we have it, it's almost done. Here are the wings of the spruce goose. Here's the fuselage. And it's on its way. All we got to do is just put these pieces together, a few hours of final assembly, and I will have my website. Okay, I already have an existing website. I just want to make some small changes. You know, it's just a day or two of coding. I mean, that's all it's going to take to get here, right? Why is it taking so long? Why is it costing so much? How about this one? I had trouble with my last developer. How many have heard about the last developer trouble? Yeah, that last developer. He he isn't returning my phone calls. We just have a different view of things. Can we build upon what the previous guy did? I spent all my money, but I know he's done some good stuff. Well, the client says the code is clean. This is really, the core is not hacked. Absolutely not. Don't believe it without looking closer. Well, he said he knew Drupal. Well, why did you go with a real Drupal shop? And can't you build on top of this? Can't you salvage this? No, we have to bulldoze this over and move it aside. But irrespective of how the